After running thousands of different lab tests on my ADHD patients, it has been very clear that 90% of people with ADHD are low in this very particular thing. And it's not dopamine. You might think it's dopamine, but what I have found that dopamine is really only 50% of the problem or less. And you might think, well, maybe it's tyrosine. Well, it's even less of an issue than dopamine. In fact, this very particular thing is something that when I'm running these tests, I just see it creep up every time. And I am very convinced that pretty much majority of people with ADHD tend to be low in this. And what I'm referring to is a particular excitatory neurotransmitter. And this excitatory neurotransmitter is known as phenylethylamine. Now that's a mouthful. So it's also known as PEA. PEA is an excitatory neurotransmitter that helps stimulate and make dopamine and norepinephrine and epinephrine, all the very important things that people with ADHD do need. So you're most likely deficient in this if you have ADHD, because like I said, 90% of the time I will see this as an issue. So what do you do if you're low in this? Well, there's a couple of things that I will usually do when I see this deficient. First off, I will use a particular amino acid known as phenylalanine, because this specific amino acid not only helps make PEA, it also helps make things like tyrosine, which tyrosine then helps make L-DOPA, and L-DOPA makes dopamine and norepinephrine and epinephrine and so on. So therefore, it's going to help with your dopamine pathway. It's going to help with improved motivation, focus. It's helped me with my own ADHD in that case because I've been low with PEA in the past. As far as the dosages and what specific type of phenylalanine to take, I usually will recommend DL phenylalanine because this particular type of phenylalanine is easier absorbed. The body tends to absorb a lot more of it, and therefore your body's going to modulate and utilize it better for making PA, tyrosine, and dopamine, and so forth. So as far as the dosages, depend on obviously the severity when you do test for this to test your PA levels. I will recommend about 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams twice a day. So in the morning and typically in the evening. Sometimes I might have them take them late afternoon, but that is typically the starting point. And then I'll have my patients typically take that for about 4 to 5 months, and then we'll retest about 5 to 6 months to really see if we need to make any adjustments, how it's improved, especially with eliminating a lot of the different ADHD symptoms. Now, another supplement that I typically will like to use is directly just PEA. You can use PEA directly. And as far as the dosages, I'll usually recommend 100 to 250 milligrams twice a day, again, depending on the severity. And then also we'll have them take it about 4 months or so, and we'll retest 5 to 6 months to see what is deficient. Now, PA is only one component of the issue when it comes to ADHD. There's several other things that can be out of balance, different other micronutrients, other different hormones, other things that can be contributing to your ADHD. And so you really need to understand what labs you need to do. Now, I don't have time to go over all of those in this video, so you should download my free ADHD lab protocol for adults in the description below that go over all the different types of lab tests that I usually will recommend to start off with to see what you're deficient in. So download that in the description below. So what do you do if you are low in more than just PA? Because typically when I run these tests, it is usually more than just PA as an issue. So for example, let's say you're low in PA as well as low in dopamine and norepinephrine. Typically, I would want to recommend not only something that has DL-phenylalanine in it, but also something that has something like L-DOPA, because L-DOPA helps make dopamine, as well as something that has like L-theanine or green tea extract. And then, of course, like vitamin B6, the activated form, because that does help with the whole dopamine process. So one that I use is Dopa Boost. Now, it's not a sponsored video, but like that one has all those things. And I'll see this as a common pattern when I do run these tests. And typically when I'm recommending this, I'll usually will have them take about 1 to 2 capsules a day, twice a day, depending on the severity. Now, if you're low in PA and also tyrosine and also dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine, and all those areas, which we do see that as a common pattern as well, you're going to have to tackle many things. You want something that not only has DL-phenylalanine in it, but also has PA in it, also has N-L-acetyl L-tyrosine in it because your tyrosine levels are low, also L-DOPA in it, and also something that has something like L-theanine or green tea extract. So I like Dopatone Active because it has all those things and it does really well with our patients when we do see these issues. And same thing like Dopa Boost, I will typically recommend with Dopatone Active taking 1 to 2 capsules twice a day, depending on the severity. And then I'll have them take it for about 4 months to 5 months, and then we'll retest in about 5 to 6 months to see if we need to make any adjustments. Now, like I was saying before, you need to test more than just looking at PA. Even more than just looking at different other amino acids that affect the dopamine pathway. There's other pathways that could be contributing to your ADHD situation, such as the serotonin pathway are also affecting GABA or different micronutrient deficiencies or different hormone imbalances. There could be several different reasons of why you're having these different ADHD symptoms. And so it's very important to test, investigate the root causes of your ADHD symptoms. So I suggest you watch this video next, where I go over the critical labs that I recommend for people with ADHD to test for. So watch this video next.